Uh-oh, could it be Saturday? Good fun ahead. We just exited the pavement here. We're looking for an old mine site here. It's labeled as a gold mine, but you know how that goes. So should be up between the ridges right here. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Got some all new brake lines on the old Land Cruiser here. This mine is it's an older mine. It's labeled as a gold mine. There looks to be pretty good structure outside of it, like processing mill setups or whatever. So we're gonna go up, take a look, see if it's closed off or accessible. Judging from the looks of this wash, it's gonna take a minute to get there, but this is exactly the way I'm supposed to be. Little yucca tree, I think. This stuff is pretty soft and you can't carry any speed through it because of these rocks. So you're just sitting here wheel hopping the whole time. It's not bad, you just got to drive it. Well, where are we coming into here? I guess we got to drive over all this. When you're in these spiderweb washes like this, it's kind of like pick your poison. No matter what way you go, the other way always looks better. Look at this bush. I like this truck. I know I'm supposed to go left up here somewhere, possibly over here. fun country to drive through. Oh yeah, that's real great. There's a real desert road right there. So that's what I'm looking at on Saturday morning. Going up the wrong canyon here. This canyon leads me away from it. I need to be in that canyon over there. Oh, no problem. We'll just make a left at the stoplight there. We're getting into a little drop, decent sized rock, no biggie. I am following tire tracks. I'm not just breaking trail. Not just breaking trail here. Somebody pointed out on one of my videos a couple of videos ago, a lot of these mines, like the 1950s ones or older, a lot of those guys made those roads and took them in two-wheel drives. And I understand that they likely prepared the road a lot to be able to get their two-wheel drives through it. But some of those things, man, those, with an old two-wheel drive, those would be some decent climbs. Still see the road right there, semi going up it. This one isn't super far off of the pavement. Apparently it's a little more interesting to get to, so hopefully the difficulty of people finding it makes it a good place for me to be. This road needs to turn right just like it is. Now we're gonna drop down into another wash. Let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I don't think I want to go up that one. I think I see some workings right up there, dead center in that mountain set. See some flat straight lines in the middle of that gully. Mother Nature commonly doesn't do flat, so, or straight, so, especially not on the side of a hill. Maybe that way. You can look straight ahead of my camera there, about half or 3/4 of the way up that hill. There's a flat part with a little bit of discoloring. The colors are just a little bit different than the mountain. Looks like a working to me. Definitely worth going up and taking a look. This is clearly some kind of old road. The other one would have hit it just fine. I hope everyone's doing well today. Hope you guys are in chat making friends with people, giving them some subscribers, some watch time. That's why you're all mods. Anybody in my chat that I know at all is a good, decent person, and anybody in my chat that nobody knows, check them out. If they're not decent, you know, we'll remove them, but I haven't seen anyone bad yet. The second I do, I'll remove them. I'm sure you guys have noticed I am doing a little bit longer videos lately, and the reason is it takes a lot of miles and a lot of looking and time and wear and tear and all that good stuff to find the really cool stuff out here. You know, yes, we have really cool stuff, but you know, look, this is what I'm going through, and it's not horrible. You know, it's slow and steady, but there's nothing wrong with that. This is what I'm going through to check what's possibly a mine. I could get up here, it could be gated and closed and locked up, or could be some old wildcat up here with a shotgun, or could be the best mine I've found yet. I don't know. Nobody knows. Not unless they've been there, or until I get there and find out. The only way to find out is to go through the country, so. I don't know if anybody picks it up in the videos, but every now and then you catch my truck lugging. And the reason is, the way this transmission is, it shifts into higher gears a lot, and it doesn't like to kick down easy. So if I'm in second and I come up against a hill, it doesn't want to kick down. I have to kick it down. No. Looks like somebody was shooting some rockets. Those look like little rocket bases. So if it's in a higher gear, it doesn't like to kick down unless I go wide open. And I don't always want to be wide open. I want to go slow and steady. So when I'm off-road, I usually drive it, shifting it manually. Needless to say, manual shifting while you're holding the camera and talking about things you have absolutely no clue what they are is a little difficult at times. All right, we got our first something right here. Little concrete. See right there, I'm lugging real bad because it's in second and we don't want to go down to first. Little concrete. Oh, wonder what it was. Maybe a house? Receiving tower or something? I don't know. You see it's formed, it's flat, but it's not real big, it's not real huge. I don't see any lagging unless it was right there where it's all chipped up for like a tram tower or something. But we don't know. We're seeing debris. That mine's looking better and better. I keep catching glimpses of it, so this is probably what I'm looking for. Got ourselves, looks like a bit of a stacked rock wall for me and a level area there. Maybe had a house. I'm sure there's some mining debris down in that gully. There always is. So, you know, up stuff like this, I see the side's pretty good right here. I got room. I'm just 4 high, center diff locked, low gear. The truck's not struggling or anything like that. It's just plugging its way through there. Oh, that cactus would have been pretty a couple weeks ago. Sure hope there's a turnaround. Now it'll take forever to back down this. You know, I had big dreams of going huge lift on this truck, 35s or 37s. You know, I wanted to make it big boy 4-wheel drive. But with all those modifications, I just make it more top heavy. I'll make going over things like this sketchier because every rock sends you over farther. And I'm only on 32s right now, 32 11s. But it's gone everywhere I wanted it to go. You guys can see the mine up there. That's what I was looking for. It's worth the drive. But the old girl's gone everywhere I wanted to go. And quite frankly, she didn't try very hard doing it. I mean, we're low.
There's a road down there.
It's not a good road.
We've got this one.
This is a fine road.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
in the country.
This is almost like driving on pavement. But so, anyway, I haven't gone big tall and make it look tougher with super heavy duty bumpers and all that, even though I like that stuff, because I don't need it. I haven't found anywhere it doesn't go yet. I still might re-gear it and lock it. That's still on the plate and highly desired. But, you know, it doesn't bottom out. She doesn't get stuck. Look at all those platforms right there. We'll go through there.
I think someone's staying up there.
Road's a little thin there. Ooh, there's some homemade concrete stuff. I could go up that hill if I wanted to. She'd make it. Might need 4 low, but that's not the point. We are at the goal. Hold on, let me get turned around. The roads go no farther. I'm not going any higher. I don't think so yet, anyway. One of the things I like to do when I get to these out of the way locations is I like to point my vehicle out. You know, that's one less problem I got to deal with. Don't want to go too far there. I like to point my vehicle out, and I like to point my vehicle where it's mostly visible. Gauges are good. I wonder if I need to take my keys out and lock it up. So, I like to point my vehicle where I'm mostly visible. Modern day cell phone tracking, they would get pings off of me. I'm not that far out. You can see little houses over there. But anyone who was looking for me in this area, hopefully they could find my truck. I don't like to hide them. Just a little tip when you're miles from anyone. So here's the little mine site we got. Let's see what we can find here. We got an old fire pit, people camping out here. Huh? It's an off-road truck, it's always on a rock. Don't make a difference. Here's a stand for, oh, maybe that had a tram. We got our little bolts concreted in there. Pretty good little stuff here. I'm looking over here. Well, look at the size of these bolts. Hand shot for comparison. There's 1, 2. Watch out for snakes. There's at least 10 of those heavy duty lag down bolts going into that wood, going into that concrete underneath. Here's 4 more. So maybe there was a little tram to move the ore out. Look at that big old timber buried right there. And look, that's from inside of mine. See how it's notched out right there? That's friction fit mining. Basically, they didn't have a lot of nails and stuff, so they would cut them out like that and let the wood do the work. We still got big round nail there. You guys are watching my first Explorer. I've never been here. Big timbers in the ground there. Then we're looking down here. this would have been the mill site. Or would have came down from the mine, which I'm assuming is on top of this ore pile. Come down here, they probably would have had a stamp mill or something, crush it all up, get the process done. And then they always let gravity do the work, and it goes down, and it goes down to the next stage, and the bottom might be a leaching pond right down there. That's where you would want to stay out of, because if they were using chemicals, cyanide or whatever, to leach the gold out, you don't want to be playing around in that stuff, because you can get sick. You know, you'll poison yourself. There's mining sites right here, real cool. You know, buildings and whatnot. Another concrete pad down there. These are all tailings pile. Ooh, I see some cable. Come on, girls. So, we're gonna scurry our way up this little hill. Go poke around. We'll bring you back in just a minute. Good fun. All right, everybody. We hiked up here because I saw these poles. Usually they rope off the entrances to shafts like that. But then as we got up here, we realized it's a fence going all the way over the mountain. No clue why. But I like to get on top, look at what I'm looking at, and go from there. Right up there, dead center in the screen, there's a big tailings pile. Oh, sweet. There's another mine. Right here, there's a decent tailings pile. That road I said I could probably drive up used to be a road. Imagine doing that in a two-wheel drive. That's fairly steep. So we're looking around. We spotted a couple little shafts around here in one tunnel. So we got an Explorer for today. Don't know how good. You can still see traffic on the road. You see my truck. Itty bitty little truck way down there. I knew I should have brought the lights, but I didn't. So I bribed a kid to go back down and get them for me. Probably wrong, but hey, it's a side job, right? So we're gonna keep looking around. We're gonna poke our way all the way up to those top tailings. Take a look at what's going on up there. Then we're gonna work our way down. There's a little miner's trail there, so it shouldn't be as hard. We'll check out this pile. Then we'll check out some of these littler holes, and we'll get down to the bottom. We found a shaft that looks like it goes in right at the level of the tailings pile. So we're looking good there. Right off to the side of that little mill site down there. You might be able to see, you might not. There's a big pile of green rock. Looks like it has maybe a little bit of galena in it. Something like that. The float around here is looking pretty good in places. Seeing some quartz, that good stuff. So we'll get some lights. We'll get up to the upper shaft, or the upper tailings pile, bring you back, and then we'll work our way down the mountain from there. Nobody wants to go up after an Explorer. We might get lazy. But that's what I'm looking at. It's just desolate. It's quiet. It's peaceful. It's beautiful.
Look at this rock there.
Oh, very pretty. We'll bring it back. All right, we're working our way up this mountain here, a little out of breath. Found the claim marker. Don't know if you guys can read that. Only thing I can make out is up on the top there, it's lode. So it's a gold lode mine. We're about halfway there. We got several to explore going down the hill. Truck's on the other side of that hill. So we're working our way up. I love seeing right there, there's no feet print. There's no tire tracks. It's just desolate. So we'll bring it back. All right, we made it up to the highest of the tailings pile. Here's a little miner's shack. He had set up pretty neat. We're all the way up here. Truck's like 2 mountains over. You can barely see the road there. Here's what we came up for. This looks like it might have been an entrance at one time here. You see the cable buried in it. Tells me there was either a tram or a winch, but there's no getting in that. This one right here is a plugged up shaft. Goes down maybe 15 or 20 feet. This shaft right here goes down maybe 20 feet. Stops pretty quick, so I'm not going down it obviously, but it stops pretty quick. But that shaft back there, that goes down as far as I can hear it. Yeah, that goes way down. So I'm not prepared to get into that. These aren't tunnels. There's another tailings pile right up there, but it's kind of small. I figure it's probably a shaft too, so we're not gonna get up there. You know, it's steep when you're wearing out kids. So we found several tunnels going up the hill. So we're gonna go, or down at that other site, we're gonna go down there, we're gonna check those out. There's a little tiny tunnel right down here that I'm gonna get to right now. See if that goes anywhere. Good clean fun out in the desert. Got one kid right there, super tired. We'll bring you back if we get anything good in the next one. All right, here's one of the tunnels we spotted coming up. We're not that far down from the bigger tailings pile. I thought this might have been a tunnel going in meeting those, but it's just collapsed and closed off. You see there was little quartz stringers in there. They were probably hoping that vein opened up a little bit. Got some timbering. You know, those ones up there would be fun to go down, but I'm pretty sure we can get under them from another shaft down here. So we wrestled our way up to the top. Now we're gonna work our way down. They're good sized tailings piles, so they were working on it quite a bit. So we'll start working our way down the mountain. I'll bring you back at the next entrances. I forgot to show you this other piece of tram cable I found. That's probably 1/2 inch cable, maybe 5/8. I'm assuming tram or winch, one of the two. There was some smaller cable up there, so that was probably a winch. So, big hike for no mind, but good exercise, fun to do. Okay, so we're at the tailings pile we saw middle of the mountain. Here's a collapsing shaft right here. You can see the collars all falling in. If you can get your rock right, that goes down a little ways. You can see that piece of steel right there. So I don't know what that is. We found this tunnel right here. You can see we got some pretty decent woodwork right here. The pretty decent woodwork right here. The floor of the tunnel is about 8 feet lower, so I'm assuming they tried to close this, or they did close it. Really, really, really cool breeze coming out. These timberings are feeling pretty solid. Got some pack rat debris right there. So I'm gonna go explore this one. Stay. Just wiggled my way through there. Super, super cool. I'm always keeping a really good eye on my floor. A falling rock will definitely hurt you, but a collapsing floor is usually how people die in mines. We still have round nails there. A little bit of a roofing structure right here. A whole lot of pack rat mess. Ugh. A little bit of a roofing structure right here, so you don't want to touch any of that. Come in about 10 feet. There's my little hole I crawled through. Still got round nails. You girls coming? Yeah, I'm coming. I would assume this is a haulage tunnel by how straight it is. My echo is really, really good in here. I have a great echo. When you're in a mine, that commonly means that you're in solid or rock. You can see their little, you can see where they had their little stringers that probably carried air pipe or possibly electricity. So, give me 2 seconds. Let me help the rest of my party in here and then we'll bring you back.
How do you turn this on?
Okay. All right, I got who's coming with me. Loose rock right there. We're being very mindful of our back and ribs. Remember, the back of the mine is the roof. The ribs are the sides. You can see a little bit of ground fall right here. I still have really good echo, so I'm not too terribly worried. You can see all the different minerals leaching through. This was labeled as a gold mine, plus I found that lode sign up the hill, but I don't think any of these are going to be the vein they were chasing. This tunnel is just too straight. So this would be a haulage. Super, super cool breeze coming through here. Here's some of their old drill holes. Didn't get fully detonated. Oh, we're coming through here. There's a good look at a little ore vein. So it's starting to see what they wanted to see, I'm sure. You can see the vein they're chasing right there. This could even be a hanging wall. That is pretty smooth right there compared to that side. So this could be even be a hanging wall, which is where your faults are sliding along each other. And that's where your minerals collect. You see, that's just like talcum powder. Calcite, possibly. I'm not a geologist. I don't know all the terms.
This is a good echo.
It's a very good echo. So we're looking on the ground here. You can see down in the dirt there, that little square mark. Those are from the sleepers. Sleepers are the railroad ties that the mine track would have ran on. Oh, everything's still looking really, really good. That is a big borehole. Sampling maybe, I don't know. Is that alive? Little red racer snake alive in here?
It is.
That is alive.
Can we go back now?
Super cool. Little red racer snake down there.
I want to go past it.
He's sticking his tongue out every now and then. So he's just sitting in here cooling off. That's the first snake I've seen in a mine. That's cool. A little more ground fall here. We got some glow sticks. Keeping a good eye on everything. Coming along here, a little bit of broken glass. Let's see, we got some older Coke cans here. 90s maybe. Then we're getting into here, we got some bracing. That's probably the vein they were chasing a little bit. Lots of reds. Various minerals. You see, I'm not sure if this is all ground fall or if this is somebody was in here sampling. I'm kind of thinking they were in here sampling because of the way it's chipped up. It's obviously newer. We're going through here. Air still feels good, breeze feels good. You can see that part of the roof right there is a little loose. I'm assuming this is more ground fall. This has to be. So it's getting a little looser. Ground's still looking good. Bat. You see the bat, Lizzie?
Well, I don't like that.
We made a bat mad. Yeah, all ground fall. I'm trying to hold my light and my camera in the same hand with one finger because I look where I point my light. See the bat over there? I look where I point my light and I find in my videos that I'm
Dad, why are you
looking.
going down?
Do what?
Why are you...
Because you see the bat?
I don't see no... Oh.
See it? Okay, we're pissing off that bat. So.
Dad, stop.
What? I ducked too. Okay, I'm looking back here. That is looking effectively collapsed. Right there. You can see a lot of shoring right there. Piddlywink shoring, but you see all that loose groundfall rock. That may turn to the right.
It went up.
Yeah, well, it came back down. That hole goes over.
Can we go back now, Dad?
Yes, Lizzie, we can go back. So, my current exploring crew isn't my A crew today. Nor do I have any friends, and it was a heck of a workout for the one of them that went down and got the water. I think I'll upper bribe a little bit. So we got another tunnel lower than us. And we'll leave Mr. Bat alone to do his thing. We'll keep an eye out for Mr. Snake.
Wait.
This is a pretty decent mine. I'll be coming back to this one with
Dad, wait.
another exploring crew.
Ow.
You all right?
Ow.
Did you get a rock in your shoe? All right, come on. This is for straight footage wise, length in, this is a pretty long one. You all right? So we're working our way out. Okay. Somebody's old battery. I don't know if you guys can see that. I didn't see it in the screen. Oh. I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. You all right?
Nothing's on it though.
Okay. Now we're back to Mr. Snake. Snake obstacle overtaken. And you can see the light of day out there at the very end. Put your light down, behind your back. You can just see the glimmer of the light of day. So it's pretty neat little veinings. Like I say, this was a haulage tunnel, and that looks like some groundfall or backfill back there. I'll come back with more backup and stronger, more capable people that want to explore that with me a little deeper. But like I say, we have one more tunnel down the hill we're going to take a look at, and we'll bring you back from there. All right, one last look at that medium level we were at. Upper level's way up there. This is the medium level. Dead center in the screen, that little bluish green spot was the tunnel I just came out of. I'll be going back to that tunnel with different people. There's their little ore pile. You can see the remnants, so they probably had an ore bin there or something. They drove up this really steep road right here. You can clearly see it's a road. It's just not much of one. Goes right down here, straight down there. You can see my truck very small in the middle of the screen. So that would be a heck of a climb in a two-wheel drive vehicle. You would definitely have to be motivated to get up there. Still no clue what this fence is for. Probably to keep us out of those mines. Probably a private mining claim, I'm sure, but I don't take nothing. I don't even sample. Still quiet as can be. Little yucca plants give pretty good shade when you want it. Pretty little cactus for you guys to see. It's a light pink color, and now, back when they're wetter, they're usually really, really bright red, like that stuff coming out on the top. Cool little cactuses. All right, this is our lower tunnel that we found. Truck's right there. I'm positive this one goes in some, so we're gonna slide down in there. Taking a look at her top, not super dangerous there. We got some timbering there. A good floor there. So lots of spidey webs. That's unfortunate. Spiders like the desert.
And that's what I have. Me too.
There's some kind of little bird nest there. Got a bunch of little, I'm gonna call it cotton, you know, little plant things they found there. Once again, what?
You're on your own. You're too much red.
All right, you guys stay right there. Watching the floor. This tunnel's not as tall yet. It looks like it gets taller down there, but this tunnel's not as tall yet. I'm crouching just a little bit. Lights are all situated as good as I can with what I got. There's a look at some of the ore body. Once again, this is probably a haulage tunnel. It's nice and straight. Lots of rat droppings, little pack rats. Watching my floor, watching my back and ribs. Everything's good. Nice echo. A little bit of ground fall, nothing too bad. Still got round nails, wooden hangers. Air tubes, vents, something like that. See something scurrying along the ground back there. A little pack rat maybe. The ground turned into this really, really compact, tiny gravels. All right, we have a options. Okay, that one just goes in and dead ends. Still got good echo, but we've turned a corner. Coming back here, hit the button on my light. It's never good. We got an old can here. Looks like it was opened with a can opener of some type. Can't tell if it was a solder bottom or not, but the fact that it was open with a can opener probably means it's a bit newer. These aren't super old mines, I don't believe. I don't know what year they started, but round nails. This one's got a bit more humidity in it. It's not quite as cool as the last one. And this tunnel meanders a little bit. All right. We got a pretty good looking vein right there. That's probably what they were chasing. That's why it turned. Obviously they were taking better stuff than that. That's why that's here. Then my echo completely vanished right here. Gotta stop doing that. Another bat. Really, really soft rock right here, but you're looking right there at the veinage. I'm seeing lots of different colors. A lot of ground fall. Coming from up there, big boulders. Poke in just a little bit farther here. Yeah, you can see how moist that piece of wood is. Look at that. Hanging wall right there. Look at all that veinage. See a little copper there? Get away from me, bat. With all this ground fall, I'm watching really good on the back of this mine. Trying to see. There's some little quartz. If you were sampling, that's what you would be checking in. Opens back up just a little bit here. Echo gets better. There's one of the old sleepers. Watching the ground heavily, a lot of moisture back in this one. Back into an area of some ground fall. You got your veins running right there. Looking pretty good. And then what do we got here? That's what's left of a timber. Hands and knees right now. This looks like a whole lot of backfill or collapse, one of the two. That may or may not go through. Way back right there. Kind of looks like little trails and paths. But for who I'm with and what I'm prepared to do today, that is the extent of my explore of this tunnel. Very, very wet in here. Very wet. Ground is nearly mud. So that was it. Just closed off on me, pinched off. That's definitely not ground fall though. I think that's backfill. Very small debris, very dirty debris. There were a couple of parts up higher on the mine, or higher on the mountain, that looked like the area had been worked, and there was just no trace left of a hole or anything. So I'm imagining they buried them. Here's another can, just like the other one, stabbed open all over the place. Is that a solder bottom? No, I don't think that's solder bottom. But that's just to show you how much moisture's in this one. It's just literally rusting away. There's another look at the vein. Look at that quartz right there. Oh yeah, that's the stuff to look for your gold. So we got a really nice vein right here, and then it turns into this blue greenish rock. I'm imagining this would be like your lead silver, this would be like your gold other minerals. They're super, super clear quartz right there. Right there, goes all the way. That's your vein right there, that's what they were mining. Obviously that's going to be some low value stuff as far as the miners are concerned, because they didn't take it. But from a hobbyist level, that's probably still pretty good. I'm losing my echo right here, so I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to scurry back through this part. No echo means soft rock. You see this whole section's fluffed off right here. It's all ground fall. Getting back to the cooler part of the mine. Better echo. Less humidity, nice dry desert air. Ground fall. What's the size of that nail? She's a big one. So those were some decently long tunnels today. Not too bad at all. Nothing spectacular. No ore bins, no carts, no track, no ore chutes. You can see the light of the opening out there for me. I'll work my way out there. Still a fun little adventure. Had a good time. Not quite over yet. Still got to drive out. Let's see what the little ones want to do. All right, lots of spider webs right there. I already cleared a pretty good sized path of them on my way in. Back out in the open. Okay, that last clip, my GoPro overheated, I guess. I don't know how long I was standing there talking to myself, not too terribly long. So here's a little better look at their processing plant they had going on here. There's your first level, probably had your stamp mill or something. I'm assuming that because all the lag bolts in the concrete. Something heavy was built here. Here's your second level. These are pretty big levels too. I'm just a hair under 6 feet tall. And you see they go up there, so they're probably a good 8 feet on the levels. They would use gravity to work everything as much as they can. The old miners weren't dumb and they weren't lazy. They'll take all the help they could get though. So we're coming down here, next level. These would have been your classifyings and sortings and things like that. Somebody's fire pit. I'm trying to get down here without falling. There'd be some other smaller equipment mounted right here, doing some kind of a job. A little bit of tin metal. There's a little bigger equipment down here, maybe a second crusher. Little things in here. This is possibly the leach pad by the little raised edge all the way around. I'm gonna stay out of that as much as I can. And then you come down here, you get to see your debris. You got cables. We got another horse flies all over the place. We got cables. There's a little office building of some sort. Pretty neat. Where all our debris would be is down in the canyon here, washed down by water over the years. Yeah, good sized cables, some tins, metal roofing, things like that. And I imagine you would just continue getting that. It looks like another little one right down there, but I'll film that from out of the truck. I'm not going all the way down there and back up. You can see one of the little rock roads they made right there, Stacked Rock Road. And that goes down and it looks smoother, but it looks like it ends right there. It's gonna put me down in that wash, which years of washout would probably be very rough. There's the other portal up on that mountain. I'm not gonna hit that today. That's a heck of a hike for possibly nothing, or a shaft that I can't go down. So that's just a little bit for the scale of it. It's a pretty big operation. Good fun. Okay, so I just tried to go live from right here because my phone claimed I had 5G. Froze nearly instantly. Saw Barnacles and Vegas Paranormal. Thank you guys for stopping by. A couple other people were there too, but my comments stopped working. So we are in 4 high, first gear. We're gonna work our way down this. That was a good explorer. I had fun. There's the mill site. There's a couple of thin parts here, but it's always sketchy when you're going down, or it feels worse. Climbing's the easy part in a truck. Boy, I sure hope those new brake hoses I put on are quality. I know they are. I don't buy cheap stuff.
Mike does.
No, he usually tries to buy the good stuff. So we're just working our way down here. It'll slide if you get on the brakes too hard. The key is, especially when you start a slide, even though it seems like you want to press the brakes harder and stop, you don't. You want to let off a little bit, let the wheels roll, and let the drivetrain do the work and keep your traction for you. Because you could slide all the way down, no problems, but that's not what you're trying to do. There's that little lower level of something or another there. You can see it's little homemade concrete and stacked rock from out here. No clue what they were doing down there. I should be able to look up a little bit more history on this mine when I'm at home and give you guys some context in chat for the premiere, because it will premiere it. But for now, I just found it and go. I was looking for my Saturday adventure.
Look at the plant.
Oh, yucca cactuses over there.
Would you rather get bitten by 5 scorpions or
What?
5 tarantulas? Huh? What, 5 what? Nothing.
One kid asking the other one what they'd rather get bit by. There ain't no scorpions out here, or very rarely.
See, you know what I mean about this? There's one on our street, I think. I thought that was
Beautiful country out here. That looks like an interesting little rock outcropping up there. Almost looks like it was built, but I don't think so. No.
I think it was a prospector.
I'm sure there's some really nice looking float down in this wash here. That's what directs them up to what hills they want to look for. They look at the rocks that are crumbling down, and if it's got stuff they like, then they go on up. Find where it comes from.
That looks like a toilet bowl broken out.
It was a toilet bowl. People probably came out here and shot it up. You guys can't see it, but right down in that wash, right about dead center on the camera, there's a metal stake drove into the ground for some reason. There's lots of other metal debris in there, little oil cans, things like that. Sometimes hunting for that stuff gets disappointing because you get down and you start looking at it and you realize it's just trash somebody brought out here to shoot up. Which I have no problem with them shooting. Just take your trash with you when you leave. I do. I even take a little more with me. So we're just coming on down. Right there, about center of the camera, that looks like a little bit of a stacked rock wall for a road. Right there. Maybe not. Could be though. You just never know. like you can see on that mountain right there, you can see the straight line of a different ore body that was shot up right there. Maybe a little more iron or something like that. It's not very red though. Off of the rock roads and into the washes. Down the roads we go. You can see I'm going out on the same road I came in on. Barely even a tire track. Although I do like spinning tires off-road, I'm sure we all do. This truck just doesn't do it a lot, which makes it pretty low impact on the roads. Kind of like that too. There's a claim marker. Right there. See what it says. It's a load claim. Discovery Monument, some numbers on there. That's pretty old. No one's torn it up or shot it up yet. There's tons of little other ravines and stuff I can bounce around in. But it's high 90s today. Might even tickle 100. The springs shifting. You'll hear it every now and then. Ding, ding, ding. It's just springs shifting from when they've been flexed out. Where's this one taking me? There's an old, what's that say? Red top distributor. I can't read the top. Maybe the video can. Looks like an old oil can or something. So this is not the road we came in and on, I don't think. There was another one off to the right that looked like it was going to be a little smoother. There's a can down there. You're looking at all this green foliage right here. There's probably a little spring right here. Yeah, these little mounds of dirt are probably from the old timers developing the springs. And as I get out of the truck, I look over, I see a can dump.
Can I get one?
No, we don't take anything. So you're looking right here. These are all solder bottom cans. I don't know exactly what year solder bottom cans came out, but they're older. I think the pre-40s was what they were. But you're out here in the middle of the desert and you see these green spots. These green spots are where your water is. They got a wooden box down in there. I'm watching real careful for snakes right here. I'm probably on a little game trail. See, they got the little wooden box right there. Back in the old days, they took and they developed this spring. That wooden box would have covered it, kept some shade. They probably dug it down a little better. They developed the spring so they could get their water. Remember, before we started pumping it all out of the ground, there were a lot more springs in the desert. So that wooden box could be 50 years old, we don't know. But you're looking around all the plains behind us, and then you got the green spot. You got these ore piles, or these dirt piles, that are likely from them developing the spring, or maybe they were processing ore, but there's their little can dump. Pre-40s, so it's older. Neat little find. I like finding stuff like that. You see that mound of dirt? That's not natural. Somebody dumped that there. A big mound right there. Looking up in that canyon directly in front of us there, looks like a pretty clean wash, real light and gray. And then I'm looking on the very top of that hill. I can't tell if that's an ore seam of something that's producing that gray wash. Oops, ran over a bush. I can't tell if that's an ore seam that's coming down producing that gray wash, or if that's a road going up the mountain in between those two little spots. I'm not gonna go find out today, but I do like to know those things.
What?
It's just a bush.
It can't go first.
Maybe it was a warning to keep your head in the window.
I was looking out the mirror.
It's funny how the bushes don't hit my side.
You said what?
It's funny how the bushes don't hit my side. There's a little wash. It's got tire tracks up it. It looks pretty good. You guys are hungry, right?
Yeah. Just a little bit. But I know why they're only hitting my side.
Because I don't want them to hit my side.
Yeah, so you're going to try my bushes.
Let's see. I think I want to try that washout. I came in this one. I can see my tire tracks. Oh, dang it. I forgot to use my blinker. See, the desert's all green and full of water right now. Very pretty. Smells delicious, too. So we're taking a different washout. I drove the next one over coming in, and we know that one was rough. So we'll try this one. Oh man, did I just run out of wash? I did, damn it.
There's another one. And then
You can see the car going down the road right there.
yeah.
We weren't super far from the road. We're just in a more difficult place to get to. Billy Bob boondocking out here. What? It looked like a road when I started. I'm not the first person either. There's tire tracks over this stuff.
Probably not all of it.
So we're pretty close to done with this. Not very much left at all. If you guys stayed and watched the whole thing, thank you. If you saw any parts you enjoyed, I hope you enjoyed it. This is my adventure for Saturday morning. Been trying to fit as many as I can in within reason before it gets too terribly hot out here. 100 degrees is about my cutoff to be in the desert, so we've had a mild summer so far. It's allowed me to get out quite a bit. It's what every Jeep in the mall on 35s claims or thinks they're doing, but they're really just cruising around the mall. I'm not sure if the other video caught the ending. If you guys watched it all, thank you. If you saw any parts you enjoyed, hope you enjoyed them. This is the end of the video. My camera got too hot, so I had to switch to my phone. I'm back at the road now, so thanks for watching, everybody. Keep exploring.